Recently a friend asked me on Facebook what Android phone should he pick under rupees 50,000. And I was put in a spot that very instant because there are so many options from brands like Motorola, Samsung, Xiaomi, Asus, everybody. And it gets really difficult to recommend one specific phone for everybody. Therefore, I decided to make a list of top 5 smartphones under rupees 50,000 from 2022, and you know what, I will help you pick out the right one for you. And this list is going to be numbered in order of my preference from my 5th favorite phone to my 1st favorite phone. Alright, so if you don't know me yet, I'm Arshad, you're watching Trakin Tech English. Let's go. So the number 5 phone in this list is the iQOO 9. iQOO's been making great phones and the iQOO 9 is no exception. Now there are 3 main reasons why I'm recommending this phone is because it's got a fantastic build quality and a great design, firstly. Secondly, you get a great set of cameras which is versatile, plus you get gimbal stabilization too, which is really good. And the kind of pictures that you can get from it is actually very impressive, especially in low light. And the third and important factor is that it brings fast 120 watt charging in this price category, which is not available on any other phone, at least in this list. Although you have to look out for a couple of issues. The first thing is that we were testing the Snapdragon 888 Plus inside this phone recently, and the phone gets extremely hot and throttles the performance too. And secondly, and more importantly, FunTouch OS 12, while it does come with Android 12, in fact, all the phones in this list do come with Android 12 out of the box. The problem with FunTouch OS 12 is that it is not very polished and you get a lot of unnecessary bloatware apps too, which is not a great experience for a phone that costs this much. So if you want great performance, good looks, and a decent set of cameras, the iQOO 9 is definitely a decent option. Now the number 4 phone, according to me, is the Motorola Edge 30. It comes with Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 and it is the most affordable Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone in India, a title that it shares with another phone in this list. Now what I like about the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 inside the Motorola Edge 30 is that it has a well-tuned performance. It doesn't throttle too much and it doesn't heat up too much either, making it perfect for gamers, which is something that most gamers who play PUBG for a long session will look forward to. By the way, if you've come this far and if you like the kind of videos that we make, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever we put out an awesome new tech video. And you know what, for the sake of the YouTube algorithm, if you end up watching till the end of the video, hit that like button and maybe even comment below. It will serve this video to more people looking for phones under rupees 50,000 and you'll help a friend out. And one very important reason why I would recommend the Moto Edge 30 Pro is because this is the best battery life on a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone that we've tested in 2022. You can easily expect about 6 hours of screen on time on heavy usage, where most other Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phones give you about 5 hours to 4.5 hours in our testing parameters. And let's not forget the fact that you get very clean, near stock Android 12 experience, which is absolutely a joy to use with literally no bloatware installed. What's also good on this phone is that it's got 144Hz refresh rate, and when you're using it with the software running on the phone, it feels extremely fast and extremely smooth, something that quite a few other phones in this list cannot replicate. And Motorola also goes the extra length when it comes to the connectivity options. You get support for Wi-Fi 6E, you get support for 13 5G bands, Bluetooth 5.2. It's actually very good in terms of connectivity options. Although there are a few cons, and top of the list is the fact that the Moto Edge 30 Pro's cameras are not that great. So if you're somebody who likes shooting a lot of pictures with your phone, then you're not gonna have a good experience with the Edge 30 Pro. You might have to go that extra length to download Gcam to have a better experience. Otherwise, it's not good with the stock camera. Now, design is subjective, but I still feel that in this list, in my personal opinion, this is not the best looking of the lot. And another minor inconvenience is the fact that the fingerprint scanner is placed slightly too high, and something that was not an ideal experience in my use case. Also, while Motorola does offer you Android 12 out of the box, we've seen that Motorola's update situations are not great. So if you want a phone that keeps running, for a long duration with regular updates as well, the Motorola Edge 30 Pro might not cut it. Hoping that Motorola changes that, but I will not count on it. So yeah, the Motorola Edge 30 Pro is for stock Android enthusiasts and for somebody who wants a very fast and smooth experience, and also for gamers. They can also consider this for a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone on a budget. Now the third phone on the list is actually a little late to the party, but it's still a very good option if you ask me. Yes, I'm talking about the Asus 8Z. It is possibly the best compact Android flagship experience out there. And if you are an audiophile like me, you will appreciate the fact that the Asus 8Z, despite its small size, comes with a headphone jack, a rarity in phones these days. And it goes without saying that Asus also offers a near stock Android experience, which is a charm to use. And you know what? Asus's cameras are also very good. I like the kind of pictures that you can get with the primary and the ultra wide setup along with the selfie camera as well. And it's not like the 8Z doesn't have its own set of problems. All the phones in this list do have their own set of problems. And the 8Z's biggest problem is the fact that the design is extremely drab. Yes, it's actually worse looking than the Moto Edge 30 Pro as well. But sometimes all you want in life is a simple design, so it doesn't really matter if you don't care about the design and if you're going to be slapping a case anyway. But the bigger problem is that the 8Z can get hot if pushed, and it's not meant for gaming or multimedia experiences because the display is not that big. Now, so coming to the top two phones in this list, starting with the Realme GT2 Pro. The fact that Realme is actually in the top two of this list is something that, is worth lauding in itself. But the GT2 Pro actually stands out with its sustainable design and its paper-like finish as well. Therefore, the in-hand feel is very good. It's a very big phone though, mind you, but it has that very big display, which is a flat panel. I absolutely love flat panels. It's not a curved panel. This is something that is actually kind of a common occurrence in this price range. And the panel is a gorgeous 2K AMOLED screen with LTPO 2.0 technology, which means that your phone's screen can refresh from as low as 1 Hz to 120 Hz, and it does that automatically. It's a very good display. It's a very well-tuned display as well. The movie watching experience is great, and the gaming experience is also great on the Realme GT2 Pro's display. Also, I'd go so far as to say that this is possibly the best display on any phone in this list. And you know what? I was surprised by the fact that the camera performance is also very good, especially with the IMX7 66 sensor and optical image stabilization. You get really good low light images too. It's actually better than most other phones in this price list. Also, you get this interesting microscope camera as well, which feels like a more useful camera than the inessential 2MP depth sensor. And of course, the Realme GT2 Pro shares the title of the most affordable Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone with the Moto Edge 30 Pro. Now, talking about the problems, the 8 Gen 1 is tuned in a way that I don't like, because the Realme GT2 Pro actually pushes for performance and therefore ends up getting really hot. And even if you can ignore the fact that the phone gets hot, because that happens only when you are pushing with graphically intensive games, the fact that the GT2 Pro has way too many pre-installed bloatware apps actually takes away from the experience that Realme wants to call this its most premium flagship yet. I mean, bloatware apps, never a premium experience. So the number one phone and my number one recommendation for the best phone under rupees 50,000, if you don't care too much about having the best performance, it is the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, because it is the most balanced one of the lot. See, with the Samsung, you're assured of a great camera performance. Plus, you get a proper telephoto, which it shares only with the iQOO 9, the other phone in this list, because most of the phones do not come with a telephoto camera. However, what makes the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE stand out is the fact that it is the only phone in this list which has IP68 rating and wireless charging. Of course, you do get Android 12 with One UI 4.0 and now 4.1 as well. But Samsung is the only one that's promising 4 years of software updates. And Samsung is the one that's actually delivering on these updates day in and day out. So that's something that's really good. Now, there are two problems with this phone. Is that you don't get the charger in the box, so you'll have to buy one separately. And the second problem is that 25 watt fast charging speeds is actually slow by today's fast charging standards. Now, these are problems that I think that most people can live with. Now, I know that a lot of the SoC nerds will be like, the Exynos 2100 is not a great processor. As you know, even something like the Snapdragon 888, the 888 Plus, or the 8 Gen 1, of course. But the Exynos 2100, I've been using it on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, and it runs absolutely fine for most purposes. Yes, it doesn't run games in the best manner possible, but you can live with it. And trust me, not everybody is a gamer. And for those who are not gamers, the S21 FE fits the bill, and that's a big chunk of the audience, mind you. Alright, so those were my top 5 phones under rupees 50,000. I hope you guys like the list. I think it's very solid, but you know what? It's going to be shaken up really soon, primarily because there are more phones launching in this month itself after the video goes live by next week. The OnePlus 10R, the Realme GT Neo 3 are 2 phones that are expected to come really soon. We know for a fact that the Xiaomi 12 Pro is not going to be priced that low, so that's not in consideration. But yes, the 10R and the GT Neo 3 are something that you have to look out for. So, what do you guys think of this video? Hope you guys liked it. Until next time, this is Ershad signing off. Keep tracking and stay safe.